Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to the live chat. Check out my poll. Is 850 million too low for the Batman? Check it out what we got. 5 votes, yes, 80%, no, 20%. So the Batman is full steam ahead. It's doing really, really well. Past 3 weekends, it's been very consistent. Analysts are saying a sequel will be greenlit soon. I'm saying a sequel won't be greenlit until after the takeover. We will see. Villager, hi Mick, good evening. Villager, how is it going? On this really positive evening, it's been a great 3 weeks for the Batman. So it looks like the Batman won't hit $1 billion. I suppose with the way the film is made and the way the film is done, it wasn't for everyone, but 850 is a great result. Brilliant stuff. Great movie. DC movies, there's not many DC movies, as I said on today's DCEU Daily, in the $1 billion club. But Joker didn't even have China. So that's interesting, isn't it? So the floor is yours, everyone. Talk about what you want to talk about. Let's keep it on point. Villager, with China, it would have hit 1 billion. Well, it's got China. It's not making as much as it would have with China because of the COVID shutdowns. But as I just said, Joker didn't have China and it hit well over $1 billion. John Hymick, just wanted to say thanks for doing these lives every day. John, you're a gentleman and you're welcome. If everyone was like you, John, I wouldn't have a problem. Villager, Joker had the controversy. Yeah, it had the controversy, Villager, but it was a very, very good film. That's why it hit over $1 billion. It was a brilliant film. End of story. And let's not forget, once they've seen it after the controversy, they don't have to come back and watch it again. For a film to reach 800 to 1 billion, 600, the mainstream have to be going to see it repeatedly, repeat watches as well. So The Joker is a great movie. I think it's one of the best DC movies of all time. But 850 is a great result for the Batman. So, yeah. But as I say, not many DC films are in the $1 billion club. Aquaman is in the $1 billion club. Very interesting. Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman. He's not the traditional looking Aquaman. But again, Mr. Zack Snyder getting that casting spot on. And Zack Snyder's castings are amazing. Diane Lane. Is it Diane Lane as Martha Kent? Brilliant casting. Jeremy Irons as Alfred. Brilliant casting. Ezra Miller, not everybody's cup of tea, but a really talented young actor. And a huge fan of The Flash as well. But his Flash movie, I'm afraid, is Swimming in the Wind. You can't be putting stock footage of Henry Cavill and think you're going to get away with it. You see, the problem with Warner Brothers Pictures is they don't like to make peace with people they've fallen out with. So they don't like to admit when they're wrong. They never greenlit the Snyder Cut. John Stankey and AT&T did. Yes, I'm feeling very energetic tonight. I decided to put on a shirt. I'm still very, very cold. I still have no central heating. But I thought, fuck it, let's go for it. And as soon as this video finishes, it'll be back with the 5 jumpers. Villager, Henry Cavill will be back. I refuse to believe Zack Snyder would let them get away with that. Well, listen, Zack's a very clever man. The way he manipulated, his way through this, the way he shot his own movie, but shot the Justice League that they wanted as well. The way he when he was promoting the Snyder Cut, He was telling us what was going on behind the scenes, what they were doing to him. So brilliant, brilliant. He won, and he was doing that because he knew that merger was coming, and he knew the kind of people that Discovery are. So, yeah, Henry Cavill is not in the Flash movie, from what I've been told. That film's been delayed. As we know, I don't know what's going to happen to that film now. So we've got some very, very interesting situations happening. Wouldn't surprise me if we get a Holy Trinity movie. John, what would you put as a post-credit scene after The Flash if you was the director? Wow. Well, it depends what they're going to do, isn't it? I mean, I don't know entirely what they're going to do with the movie. Could be Reverse Flash. It could be, I'm obsessed with Brainiac. So I'd have Brainiac coming towards Earth with the OG Supergirl. That's what I would do. The Skull Ship is flying through space. We go into the Skull Ship and Brainiac's there. It's time for a reunion, my dear, with your cousin. Boom! To be continued. You could actually give the DCEU back to Zack Snyder and create a more mainstream franchise instead of hijacking his one and trying to, hobble through this. But if Warner Brothers Pictures isn't disbanded, we're not going to do anything, That's a good question for the chat. Post-credit scenes, do you like them? Are they necessary? I think they're very exciting. In fact, one of the first post-credit scenes I saw was in the Masters of the Universe film when Frank Langella's Skeletor goes, "I'll be back." Or the Green Lantern post-credit scene is probably better than any MCU post-credit scene when they did Sinestro. Well, awesome. Sinestro was definitely, Mark Strong Sinestro was the best thing about that film. But there's a lot for Discovery to sort out. And, I mean, today I've just been watching the documentary on Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut Blu-ray 4K. It's a 20-minute documentary, and just getting so excited really now, hoping we can restore the Snyderverse. And I'm very excited about Rebel Moon. He's making 2 of those movies back-to-back for Netflix. It's going to be amazing. This is a story pitched to Lucasfilm. And they rejected it, and it's pretty much a Star Wars movie. I personally think the man's a pioneer. John, after watching Zack's Justice League, I would love to see a full movie of the Nightmare Universe. Well, John, you're in luck, because Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 would be the most of the movie is in the nightmare future, which basically means Justice League 2, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, is literally an Injustice movie. Very exciting. So let's hope we see it. Yeah, that's what it is. It's in the nightmare future. He's told us that already. Most of that movie is set in the nightmare future. Very exciting. Always a great concept. I like seeing that nightmare future sequence from BVS in IMAX. So good. The man, look, I love the man's films. It's as simple as that. I don't think someone should be punished because they're different. Being someone who was bullied at school because he was different, Zack Snyder's been bullied because he makes different types of movies. The only problem with the Snyderverse was it should have been given an Elseworld, like Matt Reeves' movie has been. And then no one would have been complaining. Because unfortunately, people thought they were getting mainstream movies. He's a very clever man. He's a very, look, man's an artist, simple as that. And I mean, not everyone has to like his films. I'm just saying that I do. Some people just want their tummy tickled and they just want to watch easygoing mainstream films. And that's completely acceptable. But it doesn't mean you do down what someone else does, someone's art. What I love about Snyder, he's so relaxed on set because unlike most directors, he draws everything from the script. He goes there and he knows exactly what he's going to do. He comes on, he's always dressed in a suit, a shirt, a blazer, very relaxed. And one of the key to a great director is that the actors understand what they've got to do. And he's very good. The worst directors are who are not prepared. You know, the actors are kind of thinking, well, we don't really know what he wants here or what she wants here. Villager, Zach is hot. He's a great director, yeah. John, Zack Snyder seems like a really good guy. He's a very nice guy, you know. And that's the thing. I don't understand the hate for the guy because he's not an asshole. He doesn't talk down to people. He doesn't tell people what to think, who to vote for. So it's a really odd hatred. I don't understand. I will never understand the hatred for Zack Snyder. It's one of the most weirdest thing, and I think it's because of the era that we're in. Why doesn't anyone hate Kevin Feige for driving Ed Norton off the Hulk? Hisham Kishi recently watched Snyder's 3-hour watch-along video for BVS UE. He seems so happy to take viewers through his storyboards. He loves it. That's something else I love about him. He'll show you his storyboards. He'll describe what he wants to do. He's so relaxed. He knows exactly. He loves it. That's the difference here. He loves what he does. Hisham Kishi, when he saw the 28% rotten score, he replied by saying, "That's just rude. I feel so bad for him." I know. He's very relaxed about the hate because he doesn't care about shit like Rotten Tomatoes. Someone asked him at SnyderCon, what about the mainstream audience? He says, fuck the mainstream audience. I do this stuff for you, my fans. And that's brilliant. That's brilliant. We don't all have to make stuff for the mainstream audience. You know, growing up, we had all types of films. It wasn't just about $1 billion box office or the mainstream audience. Dr. Zashizaka, yo-hoo, good evening. Dr. Zashizaka. Dr. Zashizaka, what's up, Mick? What's up, Dr. Zashizaka? The floor is yours. Please smash a like on the video. If I'm putting my energy into talking to you, you surely can just like the video. First thing I do when I watch a YouTube video, boom, like, boom, like. Dr. Zashizaka, so happy to see the Batman do so well. Yes, it should finish on 850 globally, Dr. Zashizaka. So it won't reach that billion, but it's still a very good result. I mean, it's unbelievable. Spider-Man No Way Home has 800 million just in the United States. That's fucking nuts. And it shows you what audiences want. Villager, I always like your videos. Thank you, Villager. Very nice of you. I appreciate it. John, would you like to see a Knight Rider movie? Yes. I grew up. Knight Rider was one of my favorite shows. I was obsessed with that show. I had an old kind of game system. We used to call them a TV game. I ripped it off. I tied it on my bike and I used to pretend I was talking to Kit. I love Knight Rider, but the problem is, and I liked the revival show they did, and I really thought that, what's his name, Val Kilmer was a great Kit and a great show. I want a movie, but it has to be done properly. And, you know, let's not make it a comedy like those Baywatch fucking movies and things like that. Let's do something serious with it. I mean, under his production company, James Wan was going to produce a movie. I don't know what happened to that. I think it was with YouTube Studios, so I don't know what happened now. Knight Rider is the GOAT. And I did, as I say, I liked the revival show. I thought it was pretty cool. But maybe, John, something should be left alone. Maybe we shouldn't be reviving all this stuff because they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. So difficult these days with television and movies because everything has to be about representation and inclusion and political. And after time, they forget to actually add the story and the character development. And this is where we are today. That's why a lot of things suck. I think Doctor Who, the current Doctor Who, is a great example. They cast a woman as the first female Doctor, but they didn't develop her character. They didn't give her the same stuff that the men have been given via the writing. That seems rather odd to me. Because Hollywood is run by, the entertainment industry is run by politicians now who are not interested in entertainment. This is why I value people like Zack Snyder, because there's very few people like him who actually are there for the entertainment. I can't stress how good each Batman Bruce Wayne scene looks in BVS Ultimate Edition. Zack truly made Batman his own. Affleck is the closest to the 90s animated series Batman. You know, I couldn't agree more. I saw a clip today when Superman and Batman are about to face off in the rain. And I'm thinking, this geezer even makes rain look good. It's just such a great visual director. And, you know, I think he's as close to Steven Spielberg and George Lucas as we'll get in this day and age. He's a genuinely good director. He's a genuinely good storyteller. And I don't think there's anyone better. I mean, I'd put him there with Denis Villeneuve, you know. Villager, the entertainment industry isn't run by politicians. It's run by people who want good publicity and positive attention, so they cling to the latest trends. That's a good point, Villager, but they're still politicians because they're obsessed with it. It's dead. Basically, movies and TV today are dead. The golden age of television was the early 2000s. Alias, Lost, Smallville, Prison Break, Fringe. That was the golden age of American television. And then we went on to streaming. Then we got boring. I mean, Villager, Disney supports the anti-gay bill in Florida, and now their PR people are spewing out article for example. Well, they haven't said that they supported it, but they didn't speak against it. Now, personally, Villager, I don't think it's the business of an entertainment company to have to speak out against things. That's not their role. But now it is their role. If you don't speak out against something, you're accused of being for it. You know, I haven't spoken out against, Vladimir Putin. It doesn't mean I fucking agree with him, does it? Ishan Kishi, absolutely, he blows. J.J. Abrams out of the water. You see, J.J. Abrams was great when he was working on television like Alias and Lost and Fringe, but then he became a businessman and a producer. I definitely think that Superman movie is dead in the water as well. You know, J.J. could have come in and written and directed a Superman movie, but he decided, let's make a Superman of colour, but let's not do Calvin Ellis. Let's do Kal-El. So, yeah, I think Zaslav certainly put the kibosh on that. That's not going to happen now. And I don't think the Val Zod thing's going to happen either. First thing Discovery are going to do, they're going to analyse every greenlit project. Villager, I saw someone say that Disney is funding certain anti-gay agenda. Well, Villager, what I would say to you about that, unless there's any evidence of that, we probably shouldn't talk about it, because there is no evidence of that. And I mean, when you look how woke their content is, I mean, as I say, there's no evidence of that. Dr. Zashi Zaka, I really hope that Batman crosses the billion after its release in China and other territories where it's not released. Well, they say it's not going to reach $1 billion, Dr. Zashi Zaka. They've now predicted that it's going to reach 850 million. There's no billion for the Batman, it doesn't look like. John, for me, I love Batman as a kid, from Batman Forever 1995, Batman and Robin 1997, Batman Begins 2005. My favourite least out of these four, and The Dark Knight 2008 was the best run of Batman movies for me. Yeah, I think they're all valid, John. I think they're all great. You've lost me, Villager. I think every piece of Batman media is relevant. I think even the George Clooney film's entertaining. Villager, sorry, mistyped. Fair enough. Everyone's entitled to mistype. Hishan Kishi, same. I have soft spot for all Batman movies. I think they're all great. When I saw Batman and Robin in the cinema, the opening sequence when Batman and Robin are going after Mr. Freeze, I thought that was amazing. I thought the action was so cool. Villager, Batman will make 900 million, maybe. Dr. Zashi Zaka, that's said, but I still hope it will cross the big B. I understand, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think it's about right, because it is very overt. It is very different, so maybe that's why. John, I stopped watching after Dark Knight 2008. I might return for this latest one. Did you enjoy it? Yes, I really liked it. It was awesome. Very good movie. A different type of Batman movie for sure. Does Legend CJ, when will it open in Asia? I have no idea. But they pretty much know now. They know what it's going to get to. And it won't be $1 billion wherever it opens. Villager, the sequel should be called Batman and Catwoman. She was all over the marketing material this time around. Interesting. I think we're going Batman Arkham, which I would prefer, but we'll see. Of course, Catwoman is a very important character in Batman's life, so that's not a surprise. Disinferno, before the Batman novel is canon or not? The Batman novel is canon or not? You'd have to ask Matt Reeves that. Villager, yes, it's canon. John, I don't know why they are doing a sequel to I'm a Legend now. Yeah, pathetic. Who is actually interested in that? No one. It's not going to make any money. But what happens is, John, people like Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan will be paid a lot of money up front. And that's the only reason they're doing it. They don't give a shit if the film's successful or not. Villager, the movie proves. Hishan Kishi, did you hear that Paul Dano is writing a Riddler Year One comic? Not only writing it, he's drawing the art as well. Yeah, very multi-talented man. Very exciting. Villager, who cares about I'm a Legend? Not me. But as I say, Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith would have got an upfront payment just to be producing that film. So they don't care if people care about it. Come on, guys, smash a like. This is not on. Come on. 2 likes. I really shouldn't have to ask, should I? If I was an elite YouTuber, right? Thank you. 5 likes. Thank you. You'd be smashing that like to be noticed. Is 800 million too low for the Batman? Check out my poll. 17 votes. Yes, 71%. No, 29%. Interesting. John, I hate when they involve politics or social constructs in movies these days. I like when it's original and push the envelope. Yeah, most of the movies are political, I'm afraid. Henrik, looking like a rock star today, Mickey Ricky. Thank you, Henrik. Dr. Azashi Zaka. I mean, Joker was so different. Even then, it crossed the billion, so I didn't see why this shouldn't. Well, I think it's interesting. I think when you get Joaquin Phoenix, one of the hugest names in the independent movie game, that does give the movie a push. Villager, if I was famous, I would make random projects that I wouldn't like to see as a kid. Cool. Disinferno, I don't think this novel is canon. This is not re-script or something, so I don't buying this. So if that's the case, Disinferno, why did you ask us if it's canon or not if you don't think it's canon? Just say the word zoinks. 4-4 trailer when? Any idea? Yeah. It sounds like this film might be delayed, maybe. Villager, John, movies and entertainment has always had. Villager, politics. Right, Villager, let me just explain this to you. When I was a kid, there's always been messaging in films. There's good woke and bad woke. Always remember that. And I mentioned the film, The Accused with Jodie Foster, that educated young men about what women go through when they're sexually assaulted. That's good woke. That's good politics, right? But in the old days, they didn't get their DMs out and bash you over their head with it. That's the difference. John, just send you a like. Very much appreciated. John, what's your favourite Batman movie after Dark Knight? If it's not this latest one, I won't watch it. Well, you should still watch it, but I mean, The Batman's an amazing film, John. It might not be your cup of tea, though. If you're overly obsessed with The Dark Knight, you know, you may not like this one. I mean, my two favourite Batman movies jointly are Batman Returns and Batman Begins. That's where it is for me. The Dark Knight isn't the be-all and end-all to me. Oh, I love The Dark Knight, but I watch it and I think, what is the fascination with that film? Why do people hold it up so much? Villager, I like the Batman, but I wish we could see more of Catwoman and Bruce. Well, you know what? I mean, look, each to their own, but I'm happy that most of the movies we spent with Batman. And I'd rather that than seeing kind of a rom-com with Catwoman and Bruce Wayne. Just say the word zoinks. You think June 2 will stick to 2023 release date? No, I don't think that's possible. I didn't realise that it was going to have a 2023 release date. John, it was like a thriller in a sense, quite intense. The Dark Knight's a very good film, but it's, as I say, it's not the be-all and end-all for me. It depends what you want out of your Batman. I mean, this is a really, really noir detective story. It's not like the other movies. If you're going to watch it because you want a rerun of The Dark Knight or other Batman films, you're not going to get that. It's extremely different. It's a bit more like the Gotham TV series, if you ask me. Hishan Kishi, off topic, but I always wonder why Bruce Willis has been appearing in terrible movies for the past 6 years. Well, that's an easy answer there because he's not the peak actor. He's not in his peak anymore. He's a very old man now, so he's just taking projects where he can. Villager, The Dark Knight is not the pinnacle of storytelling. I don't think it is either. Hishan Kishi, I just learned that he's suffering from dementia and needs to make as much films as possible for his family. That's news to me. Just say the word zoinks. Christian Bale cameo in The Flash, says a rumour. Well, they would be putting that out because they're really nervous about that film. I mean, I would have been excited if I was going to see that film in November like they promised, but, you know, unlikely. John, my favourite movies are psychological thrillers. Well, in the old days, of course, we used to have lots of them. Fatal Attraction, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Yeah, I used to like them as well. But they became too much of a trend, John, and they became too predictable. Basic Instinct, another great one. I suppose the Batman is a bit of a psychological thriller, if you think about it. Villager, the rumour probably came from Grace Randolph and MTS, who are less reliable than WB. Well, WB are not going to tell you anything anyway, because they don't know what they're going to do with that film now. Just say the word song. She's signed Black Adam, moved to October. When do you think we'll get the first trailer? Well, it's out in October. Well, there should be a trailer pretty damn soon. I'm surprised we ain't got one already. That's why they didn't release one, because they always planned on delaying it. Interesting. Probably the summer. Probably will be with, because The Rock's production company is also involved in Super Pets, I think it will be attached to Super Pets. Just say the word Zoink. Since John, message retracted. John, have you seen the movie Seven? If so, what did you think of it? Do you know what, John? I think it's mostly quite a boring movie where people are mumbling. It's only really, the only reason I kind of woke up to that film was at, the last act. Once Kevin Spacey turns up, it's fucking awesome. And, Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box. What a shock that is. Hashling me. Hey, Mick. Hey, Hashling me. John, have you seen Shutter Island? I haven't, but apparently a very good film. Leonardo DiCaprio's got great quality. He really picks the right projects. A bit like Daniel Radcliffe right now, the former Harry Potter, picking good indie streaming movies, keeping away from mainstream. Villager, I think people need to stop believing everything they read when it comes to entertainment. The Flash and Aquaman did not get delayed because of VFX. It makes no sense. No, it didn't get delayed because of that. Everything else got delayed because the Flash got delayed. It was a domino effect. John, must watch, very good. Yeah, I've always wanted to watch it, but there's so much to watch these days, it's difficult. But yeah, I definitely need to be watching that film. Anything Leonardo DiCaprio does is brilliant. Always picks the best projects. The guy's been on a run since Titanic. It's even before Titanic. So Leonardo DiCaprio is a legend. One of the few film stars we still have. John, I hope we get a Deathstroke series or movie. It would be good, but I don't know. I don't know what's possible anymore. But the actor keeps on, he keeps on changing that profile pic on Instagram to another version of Deathstroke. Hisham Kishi, the most criminally underrated psychological thriller movie, is called Dead Presidents, 1995. It's a very popular film, actually. It's one of those films that hijacks your brain and stays with you for a long time. Just say the word Zoinks. I'm thinking Black Adam trailer during Doctor Strange 2 release date, or maybe when Top Gun Maverick opens in late May. Maybe. It would make more sense, though, for it to be with Super Pets, but we'll see. Henry, can I watch the newest Scream 2022 without having to watch the first sequels? I haven't seen it, so I don't know. And I probably won't see it because, without Wes Craven, there's no Scream film without Wes Craven. I'm not interested. I think it even takes a poke at fandoms. Boring, not interested. These people really don't like their customers, do they? They're the most pathetic industry in the world. Hussein Kishi, the latest Scream film is terrible. I'm not surprised. Villager, the new Marvel movies are getting mixed reviews. Marvel will probably start changing their formula. Hopefully the humor is less cringe. The humor is terrible. It never used to be terrible when Robert Downey Jr. was there. Hussein Kishi and woke. Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me, Hisham Kishi. That doesn't surprise me. That's all they're good at. Villager, who even cares about the new legacy characters? Who can beat Chris Evans as CA? Henrik, Hisham Kishi, should I rather watch Aliens vs. Predator? Ha ha ha. I need a movie for tonight. Just say the word Zoink. Super Pets is releasing in July 29th, so it's probably earlier than that. Maybe? I mean, we're nearly in April. We'll see. I think all their slates under threat because of this new merger. Because there's no... I mean, Matt Reeves started promoting the Batman a long time ago. Villager, I hate when studios are passive-aggressive towards fandoms. We are the reason certain things make money. Well, listen, we're the customer. If we don't exist, there's no industry. This is what critics and these people don't understand. But it's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. They live in a bubble, and they think those fuckers are going to consume stuff anyway. And that's the attitude they've got. But eventually, they will regret it. Hishan Kishi, Henrik, no, don't watch Aliens versus Predator because you won't be able to see crap for how dark it is. Watch The Town starring Ben Affleck and directed by Ben Affleck as well. Just say the word songs. Henrik, yes, I think you should watch Aliens versus Predator. I personally really loved it. I think I saw it once. I like Freddy versus Jason, personally. Dr. Zashisaka, have you seen Joaquin Phoenix's pics for Napoleon? Another Oscar coming his way. The man's a genius. And I mean, to think that his brother River died so prematurely, and really, he's really, he's given his brother a great, dedication, really. What an actor. Kishan Kishi, yes, love Freddy versus Jason. I just like it when he kills all the hot couples because that's what they deserve. There's nothing worse than smug couples. Don't forget to check out my poll. Is 850 million too low for the Batman? Yes, 67%. No, 33%, 21 votes. Henrik, Hishan Kishi, seen it. Just say the word zoinks. Yeah, I need a brain-dead monster film tonight. Hishan Kishi, yes, love Freddy versus Jason. Villager, Mick, do you actually believe that Ben left WB because of alcoholism or the stress? It just seems odd to me that an elite actor in the industry can't handle the pressure of it. Oh, no, Villager. First of all, he hasn't left WB. He still works with WB. He does other projects with WB. So he hasn't left WB. But alcoholism is a disease. So very difficult. And plus, I mean, you don't know what it's like. I mean, this guy was going to star in, write, produce and direct the Batman movie. That would have been a lot for anyone. So ultimately, it didn't happen. There were many reasons why it didn't happen. So if you're an alcoholic, yeah, it's difficult. Anything can drive you back on the drink. John, Robert Pattinson gives me a bit of a feminine vibe, a new age man. As a kid, I looked up to Batman as a masculine man. Oh, interesting. I think you should go and watch the film before you judge. Because he's pretty masculine in it. Not that I think that's really important. Just say the word zoinks. Henrik, AVP is really dark, though. I mean, too dark, but love that one too. Not as good as the first one, but liked it regardless. Hishan Kishi, Villager Ben, is a Leo like me, or will Leo have suffered from some sort of addiction? Hashling, me. I heard that the reshoot of Justice League is the worst thing ever in his career. Well, because what Joss Whedon was doing, he told the cast and crew to walk off set, and they didn't. Villager, lol, John RP is still a man. Oh, right. Okay. Yes, I understand now. We want so much from our films and our actors and actresses these days. They've got to be this. They've got to be good people. They've got to never put a foot wrong in their life. And I mean, why are we so perfect? Have we never done anything wrong? Are we all perfect? Are we all masculine men? What's wrong with being a little, come on. That's why you're an actor. So even if you're a feminine man, right, you can put the aggression on. That's why you're an actor, right? John, Aliens is one of my favorite horror movies. Alien and Aliens are the best movies, and the others are shit in comparison. No one will make the movies that Ridley Scott and James Cameron did. Villager, I don't really believe in science, but it was just a quick thought since I have never heard of something like this. Usually celebrities with addictions are forced to work. Well, not really, Villager, no. That's up to them, isn't it? No one's going to force someone who says, I can't do this, to work. John, say the word science, big mouth. You think Avatar 2 will revolutionise film industry just like back in 2009? No, and I don't think it revolutionised the film industry in 2009 either. It made a lot of money because it was shot in 3D, but yeah, it didn't revolutionise anything. Did 3D stick around? No. Dr. Zashi Sasaka, Aliens is a masterpiece. It is. Hashling me. John, I don't know which part of him as Batman you find feminine because he is so much brutal. Well, Hashling me, I don't even think John's seen the movie. He's talking about Robert Pattinson as a person, but he's an actor. So this is the thing about social media. Everyone's views are broadcast. And some views are very, very interesting, aren't they? Villager, Robert may come off as feminine, but it doesn't matter if you are a good actor. Yeah, I mean, I don't find him overly feminine, so I don't really get that. Is it because he's attractive? I don't, yeah. Hashling, oh, so that's more to artist itself then. Yeah. Don't forget to smash the like button. Hisham Kishi, I actually prefer Alien to Aliens because of the horror aspect it has. Aliens is more of an 80s action movie. Is it? Okay. I love them both personally. John, another great movie is Predator. Do you know what? That's one of my least favourite Arnie movies. It's okay, but it isn't one of my favourite ones, that one. Villager, do you like video games? I'm not really a gamer. I don't mind playing FIFA. I don't mind playing Injustice 2, but I'm not a big gamer, no. I'm a movie dude. Just say the word songs. My most anticipated movies of 2022. Top Gun Maverick, Jurassic World Dominion, Hope, Black Adam, and of course Avatar. If we get to see Black Adam, I'm very excited about it. I mean, look, I'm not overly excited for anything this year. Top Gun Maverick, not particularly interested. I don't think Top Gun needed a sequel. I'll wait for Avatar when it comes to home release. John, have you played the Batman? John, have you played the Batman Arkham games? I haven't. No, John. I think that in the future we will just have CGI actors and actresses. More profits for movie companies. You don't have to pay someone who does not exist. That would be a shame, but it's already started with CGI Luke Skywalker, hasn't it? Dr. Zashi Zachar, I'm so looking forward to Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon. Yes, should be good. Villager, Jurassic Park stands are one of the biggest fandoms. Jurassic Park doesn't really excite me, to be honest. Mick, what's the worst movie you've ever seen? The Haunting, starring Catherine Zeta-Jones. I went there with a girlfriend because she was a graphic designer and she was interested in the buildings, and it was a fucking boring movie. But yeah, there's a lot of bad movies out there that just, I mean, you can't get that time back, can you? Just say the word songs. Just thinking about Avatar 2 gives me goosebumps. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're excited for it. I wish I was as excited for it, but I'm not. John, I liked her movie Entrapment as a kid. Do you know what? That was really when I knew that Sean Connery was finished. I didn't enjoy that film. Look, she was all right in The Darling Buds of May, but she did the best thing, marrying a very famous man and chilling at home. Dr. Zashi Saka, just say the word songs. Your Avatar 2 will be great. Dr. Zashi Saka, Villager, I agree. Villager, I think Marvel will start to flop. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think Doctor Strange will be a big hit because of the cameos, but there'll be some controversy there because of Wanda and how powerful she is. I think Thor: Love and Thunder will be problematic. I think the Marvels will make lots of money. It will excite the people who like those characters. There'll be a lot of kind of controversial discussions. I want to see Amber Heard in a Mira movie. How about that? Hashling, me, Liam Neeson in The Haunting. Oh, is he in The Haunting? I didn't realise. Village. Marvel has oversaturated itself. Its time is up. I hope so. Dr. Zashi Zaka, Sony Marvel is the superior version to Marvel itself. I agree. Hishan Kishi of The Haunting kind of scared me as a kid, but when I grew older, I realised that it was laughably bad, very bad. Villager, there will be more hits, but the interest will fade. Well, the problem is you need to change. They just keep doing the same things because it makes money. But last year, they didn't have a great year. I mean, really, Spider-Man No Way Home was their big hit, but their other movies weren't really hitting home. John, I want Elba Idris to be the next James Bond. I think he will be a good James Bond. Well, we'll find out sooner rather than later who's the next Bond. It could be him. I don't think it will be him, by the way. Villager, False on Silent Hill. Well, if you're talking about the film, I like the film very much. You're talking about the game, I have no idea. Just say the word Zoinks. Joe Zaldana. You mean Zoe Zaldana has seen 20 minutes of Avatar 2. Any scoop regarding the official title of Avatar 2 and its first trailer, Big Mouth? And no, I have no idea. That is being kept very under wraps, which Cameron does. Hashling me, what do you think of She-Hulk? I have no excitement about it. It's going to be a woke disaster. It's going to be a sitcom, basically. And Hulk is going to hand over the reins to She-Hulk. Not interested at all. She-Hulk's great in the comics. In the animation, she's great. But I'm afraid these people have gone mad. So there's not much really that I think about out there that's great. John, one of the worst movies I have seen is the movie Steel with Shaq. I've never seen that. Dr. Zashi Saka, 4-3 sounds like a disaster. Yeah, no wonder we haven't seen the trailer. Villager, Mick, we know you have gossip. I always know stuff. I just don't release it all. Hashling me, Silent Hill 1 or 2. Which one do you like? Oh, I've actually never seen the second one, but I really liked the first one. I thought it was really good. Just say the word Zoinks, 4-4, yeah. Even 4-3 wasn't the greatest of movies. It was only good because the Hulk was in it. I only liked it because of the Hulk. Villager, first is the best. Yeah. I like Silent Hill. I mean, Christian Bale in the MCU just doesn't fit. Well, you know what? Christian's a great actor. He decided to get some easy money. Good luck to him. Villager, 4 will flop. We will see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, you know, there's never been a Marvel movie that's flopped. Box cutting. Do you think there is a big change on the face of Barry Keoghan as Joker, like they did on Colin Farrell Penguin? We didn't get a good look at his face, did we? I don't know. I don't think. I mean, he kind of looked like Two-Face initially, so I'm not sure. No. Villager, you should try Silent Hill games. They're very scary. I do like games. I don't mind gaming. I'm just not an obsessive gaming person. Because the problem is with gaming, it takes a lot of time. Once you start playing a game, that's it, and that's the problem. It's addictive, isn't it? And then the theatre company's waiting for me to hand in my play, and I haven't done it yet because I'm playing a game. So, Dr. Sashisaka, box cutting. Yes, in an interview, he said Joker makeup took 2 hours. Oh, wow. That's why I'm very interested to see it. We'll probably see it in the Blu-ray extras. I didn't realise that, actually. There you go. I don't know everything, do I? Dr. Zashiseka, I really think Barry Keoghan will be as scary as Joker. It's going to be interesting what kind of Gillette. People are going to compare him to Ledger, poor bloke. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix really was loved as the Joker, so that's interesting. Villager, I started a Batman game on the 3DS, and it's pretty good so far. Awesome. Well, I've got an Xbox One, not the new one, the one before. I've got the Xbox One, I've got a PS4, and I've even got a PlayStation 3. The reason I've got PlayStation 3 still is because I downloaded lots of films and stuff back in the day off of it. I've got The Simpsons. I've got trailers. I've had the PS3 since 2009. So that's over a decade now, and it's still working, kind of. I don't think the disc drive's working now, but the DVD Blu-ray bit. John, I saved Fatal Attraction, Basic Instinct, then The Hand That Rocks the Cradle to a playlist. I will watch them all over the next few months. Awesome. Hashling me. Many characters in the Batman have some sort of scar, so Joker shouldn't be any different from what we saw on the Arkham scene. Very good point. Henrik, anyone recommend Odd Thomas? Never seen it. Don't forget to smash the like button. Jesus Christ, it's 4 Celsius, man. Villager, since it's been a while, are you still blown away from the Batman? To me, it's a 4-star movie, maybe even 3.5. There are some problems I found with it. I would love to know the problems you found with it, Villager. I love the movie. I was blown away by it. I think it's amazing. I think it's got a wonderful 3 acts. I personally didn't have any problems with it because I knew what kind of film it would be. Even before I saw it, I knew. Matt warned us about what we were going to get. It wasn't going to be a traditional Batman film. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Hishan Kishi, I love Batman Forever's first suit up scene. It looks so cool, dark and promising, until Batman says, I'll get drive-through to Alfred. I thought it was funny. John, do you like foreign movies? Not really. It's not something I watch, but I'm sure they're very, very good and very valid. Hashling me. For me, it's 4 stars. I'm saying 5 stars. Dr. Zashiseka, I think the Batman is a deep dish pizza, well served with all 3 acts. Yes, it is. And I think it's a film you need to watch more than once. But yeah, it's the first chapter as well. And it feels chapterized. It feels like it's a chapter. Even though Matt Reeves said, this is not about setting things up. He set a lot of things up. But they're not blatantly obvious. Villager, I think the movie should have been 4 hours. There's so much story in there. We didn't see enough of the Riddler. No, but I don't think you were supposed to. That was the whole idea. He was supposed to be a shadow in the distance. That was the point of the concept. John, do you remember when people said that Michael Keaton was going to be a bad Batman? I do. I remember when they said Ben Affleck was going to be a bad Batman. I remember when they said Heath Ledger was going to be a bad Joker. Hashling me, 4 hours, yeah. A bit too long, I think. Dr. Zashisaka, I won't mind to the 4-hour supercut. Never going to happen. Matt said it's not happening. He said there's no director's cut. This is his movie. Villager, yes, 4 hours. Wow. It's because you heard there's a 4-hour cut. But I don't think there's ever going to be another cut of the film. And the 4-hour one was never going to happen. Hashling, me, Villager, you can read Riddler year 1 when it comes out. Should be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Welcome to Movies TV Mad, everyone. Every day there's a DCEU Daily on the channel, pre-recording, and we go live in the evening. Villager, I'm excited for that. Villager, he's now my fave CBM villain. Oh, Riddler, yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. But Paul Dano, what a talented guy. Dr. Zashisaka, Andy Machete said he's working on It's Supercut, where he would splice part 1 and 2 into a coherent narrative. That will be something insane. When did he say that? When did he say that, Dr. Zashisaka? John, I don't think the Batman was ever going to be R-rated. No, never. Never. That wasn't the point. Hussein Kishi. Favourite scene from the Batman? Mine was in the beginning when he marches towards the street, goes and beats them up, because it's the first intro to this version of Rob's Batman. It's a pretty good intro, isn't it? I don't know about favourite moment because there's so many great moments in the movie. Hashling, me, Villager, are you a Marvel guy or a DC or both? You see, me personally, I think the Marvel stuff's all right, but I wouldn't call myself a Marvel fan. Dr. Zashisaka, when It Chapter 2 was released, when he got the Flash gig, yeah, because he hasn't spoken, or his sister Barbara, for a very long time, which is very ominous for his future on the Flash movie. I'm on top of all of this, you see. Villager, DC, I like Marvel, but it's so cringe. It is. But the cool kids love it, you see, and that's where the money's at. I see it on Twitter how these people have orgasms every time they see a 5-second or someone mentions Marvel. It's like they say the word MCU like the way I would say Al Pacino or something great, you know. We've really dumbed down entertainment, haven't we? We really have. Hashling, me, I see you got some taste. DC is the place. DC make heart and Marvel make money. Villager, in Black Widow, they inserted a joke in the scene where they talk about their reproductive organs being removed. So stupid and weird. Yeah, that whole thing was supposed to be very serious, of course. So, Dr. Zashisaka, I really hope they do a Court of Owls in the Reeves verse. Oh, I'm sure they will certainly be referenced at the very least. I think the Court of Owls is something I can say will happen. Maybe they're even the big bad behind the scenes, you know. So, yeah, that's one of the ones that someone says, I wish they could do that. You know, I can say, yeah, it's going to happen, because a lot of the stuff people say, I think, nah, no chance. Because as I say, he can't do them all, can he? John, I like Sony Marvel movies more than the MCU ones. I do. But the MCU stands hate them. I think they're great. I actually like both Venom movies as well. I think they're a lot of fun. And the humour in those films are much better than the MCU. Dr. Zashi Saka, the Court of Owls can tie up Bruce's link to the city's deepest corrupt links and corrupted him to rethink Batman. Interesting. Villager, hate to say it, but the bandwagon effect is why people overrate Marvel. They hear that DC sucks, Marvel is better, and repeating themselves like, yeah. Look, I agree with that. I have to hide your comment because they're holding it for review. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's right. And I mean, I've been like that all my life. When things become so mainstream and so popular, I go against them automatically. But the MCU's all right. It's just, for me, but then I was never a Marvel fan as a kid. I grew up on Superman and Batman. I mean, I used to love Spider-Man and his amazing friends, but I was never that into Marvel. John, I want a movie called Bat Person, and the person does not have a gender. Movies should be more progressive. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it, mate. Movies should just be entertaining. They don't have to be progressive, in my opinion. Hashling me. I think Court of Owls is a must when they're trying to tackle the corruption aspects of Gotham. Definitely, yeah. I agree, Hashling me. John, I did really enjoy Spider-Man No Way Home. Yes, I liked it. I actually liked the film. It's a good film, and I thought it really did brilliant with Tom Spidey and Peter Parker for once. The only thing I don't like is Aunt May taking Uncle Ben's iconic words. Again, very woke. Villager, John, you are creating straw man arguments. I'm not really going to make an issue of that. John's entitled to his opinion, but I don't watch films so they can be progressive. I watch films so I can get sucked into the story and enjoy them. I don't care about, identity politics. I think it's boring, and it's not the most important thing in the world. It doesn't change anything. There's people starving. There's people in wars. There's people, being attacked and being murdered. And we're debating. We're debating identity politics, the least important thing, I believe, that's out there. Hishen Kishi, MCU films for the most part aren't made for film fans. They're made for people who want to release huge amounts of dopamine after watching an MCU film. You would need the dopamine detox for a year, lol. Villager, Tom Nolan. Villager, Tom Holland looks 15, lol. Well, that's good, isn't it? Because he's, I think that's why he was cast, wasn't it? Villager Mick, John was being sarcastic. John, I was being sarcastic. Sorry, obviously was not funny. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't know you were being sarcastic because it's just words. But I still stand by how I responded to you. Because that's how I feel about it. I don't get triggered. I don't start swearing at people about it. I don't, but hashing me. John, you do you, John. John, you do you, John. Yeah, absolutely. Right, guys, I'm going to give you another 5 minutes. It's been another great live chat. Really enjoyed it. It does go quickly, the time, doesn't it? It's approaching, I think, 10 o'clock at night. 20 to 10, is it? Wow. John, what do you think they're going to do with Venom in the MCU? Well, I think Tom Hardy's Venom will remain with Sony. And I think that because part of that Venom we saw in the post-credit scene, probably there'll be a new version of Venom in the MCU. But it won't be as effective as in the Sony universe. Hishen Kishi, every person who gave Endgame a high rating must have been held at gunpoint. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's such a bad film. They ripped off a storyline from Back to the Future 2. They named Back to the Future. It was so lame, considering how good Infinity War was. Villager, what bothers me is anyone calls anything bad woke these days and just use it as an excuse to be bigoted. Not saying you are, just that I see it a lot. Well, Villager, it's very, very simple to me. I want to be entertained. I don't care about identity politics. I don't care about it in films. I don't pay 15 quid so I can be lectured by Hollywood, who are rapists, who are child molesters, you know, to do horrible things to people, right? And they're lecturing us, working class people, who keep them in a job. No thanks, don't lecture me. As I say, there's good woke and there's bad woke. Jodie Foster's The Accused is good woke. It taught young men something very, very important. There's lots of good woke out there that did, made commentary intelligently. But when we go to Captain Marvel and there's a scene where a guy tells her to smile and she nicks his bike or whatever she does, it's pathetic. And these are not important issues. And I don't mind a woke movie, but at least make it entertaining. Half these movies are not even entertaining. Villager, Endgame was garbage. John, I thought you was in the UK. Which country are you going live from? I'm in Cyprus. I was in the UK a few months ago. I have family over there. I was born in the UK, but I live in Cyprus, and I'm in Cyprus right now, and it's 20 to 10 at night. We're 2 hours ahead of you in the UK. So, John, the best part of Endgame is the final battle. Yeah, that's it. It should never have been 3 hours, but Feige used it as a selling point. Kishan Kishi, Candyman 92, good woke. Candyman 2021, bad woke. Exactly. That's where we are today. There's good woke because they knew how to do it. And there's bad woke because they must let you know what they're doing. And that's the problem. Villager, the Captain Marvel scene is realistic with what women go through. Sorry, Villager. Right, do you know how many fucking people have told me to smile before, what they go through? I agree what women go through once a month is terrible, right? That's part of their biology, and I say that's a terrible thing, right? Pregnancy is something so, challenging, and I don't know what that would be like. So I empathize with women there. But don't tell me that only women get asked to smile. We all get that, and it's annoying, right? But it's not an important issue, Villager. People are dying. People need help. People need food. There's more important issues. Why don't they reference these issues? Why don't they reference the fact that they stole America from the Native Americans? No. Men ask women to smile. No. Lots of people have asked me to smile before, and I get fucking over it, and I smile. That's it. It isn't a big fucking deal. Dr. Sashisaka, MCU has numbed humans worldwide into mediocrity. It should just go. I couldn't agree more, Dr. Sashisaka. How many times I've been asked to smile? Cheer up, smile. Why is it an effing big deal? You really think that's important social commentary, that women are going through something serious when we're all asked to smile? Smash a like, guys. Smash a like on the channel, right? If you've ever, as a man, been asked to smile before, because I've been asked to smile before, and it's not a female thing. Trill J, has it really crossed 600 million yet? Just under, but it'll be by tomorrow, it will be there. So they're saying by the end of its theatrical run, it would have grossed 850 million. So it's not going to reach 1 billion. Unless they're wrong. But it's unlikely. They're normally quite accurate with these things. I'm afraid the extreme left have a psychological problem. The extreme left and extreme right are the loudest voices, but they're not the people that are going to heal the problems of the world. They should all be put in an asylum. They all belong in Arkham Asylum, the extreme right and extreme left. The extreme left hate men, right? The extreme left hate men, and the extreme right hate everyone. Villagers, because being told to smile is something more common among women, as it stems from the expectation that women should always be nice or put on a good character. This is backed up by history. Well, Villager, no, show me the stats. Bring me video footage of this happening. It's just extreme left fake propaganda that doesn't matter. So effing what? If you're expected to be happy, I'm always expected to be happy. I've just told you, I'm always told to cheer up. What? Because it's only 30 men and, you know, there's 70% women. It makes it more valid because it happens to women. This is nonsense. It's not an important issue. John, I hate when people tell me to smile. It doesn't bother me, to be honest. I mean, what those people in Ukraine are going through is no one's business. What people go through in everyday life, being asked to smile isn't a big deal. Trilj, just push the HBO Max date back. Dr. Zashi Saka, Trilj, I agree. Hashling me. Do you see it's going to be all... Hashling me. Do you see it's going to be all white? I don't know what you're talking about. Creation K. Is this thing on? Hey, Creation K Villager. Dr. Zashi Zaka, Native Americans need to be given more roles in Hollywood. Oh no, we can't represent Native Americans, right? We can only represent the most represented minority because they've got the biggest gobs and everyone's scared of them. But Native Americans whose country, the empire, raped and pillaged, don't get any representation. They don't matter. Just leave them on the plantations, right? Hypocrisy. Hishan Kishi. Lo, it's hilarious how they completely abandoned the whole Black Widow and Hulk romance subplot in the MCU. Yeah, I mean, I never liked it anyway. But, yeah. Creation K, Dr. Zashi Zaka, I said Brando. John, do you put fake smile on for pictures? Don't my friends hate it? Well, obviously you have to smile, don't you? And of course it's fake. That's what happens, isn't it? When I do selfies, I don't really smile. I just give this kind of moody, tough look. Dr. Zashi Zaka, Creation K, Amen Villager. The MCU characters are so boring. Well, because they're all the same, aren't they? They've got those sarcastic grins on their faces. It's just the same thing. Creation K, anyway, hope the stream goes well. Got to go out. Just wanted to check. Well, I'll be going anyway soon. We've been here for over an hour. John, what did you think of Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio in Far From Home? Actually, one of the better villains because MCU villains are notoriously shite. John, anyway, thanks for your stream tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much, John. It's been great talking to you. It's been great talking to all of you. And if I lose it with something you say, it's not directly hating you or anything. It's just I feel passionate about stuff and I can't hold myself back. But yeah, it's always great to talk to you all. And that's the point. You want someone to react. You want someone to keep talking. Otherwise, it'll be a boring effing stream, wouldn't it? Dr. Zashi Saka, see you, Mick. See you soon. See you soon. It'll be tomorrow. Villager, Thanos was flatter than a piece of wood. Do you know what? I liked him in the other movies. I thought he was great in Infinity War. But what they did to him in Endgame, killing him off so early. I mean, you know, I'll tell you this now. Michael Shannon Zod is a much better villain than Thanos. Trilj, they're not boring. It's just they nod to the camera a bit too much, telling you you're watching a comic book movie where there's no need to do that. We're not effing stupid, are we? Hishan Kishi, I'm pretty sure Kubrick's The Shining had underlying themes of the Native Americans' Holocaust. Yeah, Kubrick would do that. Kubrick's a different animal, isn't it? But these lot here, all they care about is identity politics. Why, when we talk about racism and bigotry, why don't we ever talk about the poor Native Americans? Hollywood used to make movies where the Native Americans were the bad guys and the white Americans were the good guys. No one talks about that, do they? John, I don't offend easy. I like that you seem a bit passive-aggressive. Seems like you... It seems like you could go off the handle any minute, lol. Oh, yeah, I can. Because we live in a world Because everyone's got an opinion and it's broadcast, sometimes you see something when you think, oh my God, I can't hold back here. I can't believe that person said that. But of course, I also respect that everyone's got a right to broadcast their opinions and everyone's coming from a point of view. I understand that. But of course, I'm coming from my point of view. I am a macho man. I am an alpha male. I know that's not fashionable, but that's who I am because I was brought up in different times. So we're all kind of victims of where and who we were brought up by, right? I certainly won't apologize for being an alpha. Alphas won the Second World War. I'm a bit like Grant Mitchell in EastEnders. Right, guys, I think this is it for me. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I will see you again soon. Right. Villager, American propaganda is in the MCU for sure. Hisham Kishi, have you seen Hostile starring Christian Bale? It's a story about the war with Native Americans. No, I have to check that out. Hisham Kishi's so good. John, see you tomorrow, Mick. Thank you, John. John, see you later. Thank you, everyone. Until I see you again, goodbye. Au revoir. Alfie, the same. See you again soon, everyone. Thank you. And before I go, let's finish off this poll. 28 votes. Is 850 million too low for the Batman? Yes, 64%. No, 36%. So 64% of you think 850 million isn't enough for the Batman. Very interesting. John, can we get a fake smile, lol? See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening. I'm about to finish off my cola, cigarette, and then just chill out with The Simpsons. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye. See you later.